Welcome to Neyland Stadium after Tennessee takes as significant a beating at home as we've seen in an awful long time. And actually, we've never seen it because you have to go back to 1905 since Tennessee lost this significantly at home. 41-0. Tennessee falls to the 7th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Vince Ferrara and Josh Ward with our post-game. And, Josh, I don't know how you summarize this. There's so many things to talk about. Did you expect anything even close to this kind of mismatch here in Neyland Stadium?
No. I picked Georgia by 4. I guess I forgot the 1 at the end of that. I forgot a digit. I didn't expect that. If you had told me Georgia was going to blow out Tennessee, I wouldn't have disagreed with that idea, and I wouldn't have been surprised to find out that was going to happen at all. Georgia's the better football team, but Tennessee right now is an awful football team, and I can't tell you what Tennessee does well as a team. And Georgia's a really good team. Georgia's a team right now that deserves to be in the top 10 nationally and is the kind of team that can completely take advantage of a weak team. And Tennessee is a weak team. It doesn't know what it's doing on offense. It doesn't know who should be playing at quarterback. Whichever guy is out there, whether it's Quentin Dormady or Jarrett Garantano, Tennessee struggles with its offense. It has a lot to figure out. It's a good time for Tennessee to have an off week because they need 2 weeks. They probably need more than 2 weeks to try to get everything that is wrong figured out.
Quentin Dormady turning the ball over again. He's has one of the highest turnover rates in the entire country at quarterback. But what does Tennessee do with Quentin Dormady and the quarterback situation?
Well, Tennessee does need to figure out if Dormady should be the starter. Maybe the answer is that they play both quarterbacks. Maybe Jarrett Garantano's the starter, but there's not a lot that Quentin's doing well, and it's not all on him. Everybody does need to be better, but the quarterback needs to be better. And if the quarterback is struggling as much as Quentin is, then the offense is going to have major problems. So, I mean, it's almost like you're starting from square one with Tennessee's offense, and that's at the quarterback position. It has to be frustrating for Tennessee fans that you watch a true freshman on the road for the first time in the SEC overall look pretty comfortable. Jake Fromm made some mistakes as well, but he also made big plays. And it had to be frustrating for Tennessee fans to watch Jake Fromm keep the football and make plays with his legs against Tennessee's defense when it's Tennessee's offense that is supposed to be able to do that, and it can't from the quarterback position. So I don't think Tennessee's coaches have many answers right now about Quentin Dormady or any part of the offense.
What did you think of what we heard from Butch Jones in the postgame in terms of the accountability, in terms of where the team goes from here, considering the heat that he's under?
Well, he's correct. Butch Jones is right when he talks about it being unacceptable and they need to look in the mirror and figure everything out. I think he's correct on leadership. That's been a question I've had, and I still do, about, okay, who does step up and help guide this Tennessee football team from within the locker room? All of those are issues. The problem is that Tennessee fans are just going to be tired of hearing that if the results stay the same. If Tennessee looks bad against UMass and hears that it's unacceptable, looks terrible against Georgia and hears that it's unacceptable, there's only so much you can say if you're playing bad football. What Tennessee needs to do is play better and get a win against South Carolina. Tennessee has to win in 2 weeks.
Yeah, when Colton Jumper is talking about how this team needs more vocal leaders, it might be a little bit late for that. I mean, that really needed to surface. Yes, you can get a check now, but that they've had plenty of gut checks to be able to try to establish those, so that might be a little bit of a red flag. What about the bye week? What with these 2 weeks, what kind of 2 weeks do you expect now? Fan base and then the team obviously trying to fix their issues.
From the fan side, it's going to be ugly, and fans should be as upset as they want to be right now because what Tennessee is doing right now shouldn't happen. And the performance against Georgia was as bad as probably anybody has seen at Neyland Stadium, and really a lot of fans are going to say the worst they've ever seen in their lives. I mean, the fact that we're having the conversation of where does it rank among the all-time worst losses you've seen from Tennessee football tells you the story you need to know. So the fans are going to be very upset. They already have been. More will be moving forward, and they deserve to be. In terms of the team on the field, they have to figure out everything. As I said, I can't tell you one thing that Tennessee is good at doing on the field right now. That's offense, defense, and special teams. So there's a lot for Tennessee to try to figure out over the next 2 weeks. The next game will be at home, and Tennessee better have a better showing against South Carolina than it did against Georgia, really than it's had probably in any game this season.
Yeah. Oh, you have to go back to 1905, last time we saw Tennessee lose this bad at home. It's going to be a really interesting and very difficult probably 2 weeks for Butch Jones, his coaching staff, and the players as well. Stay with us here at Sports Radio WNML.com. Tons of coverage, and of course FM 99.1 AM 990 on Sports Radio WNML, live live programming all throughout the day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. We'll take your phone calls. We'll obviously discuss it, Josh and Will, with Sports 180 and all of our live shows throughout the entire day each week. That's our wrap-up of Tennessee and Georgia. Georgia wins 41-0. For Josh Ward, Brian Rice, and our entire crew, I'm Vince Ferrara. Take care. Thanks for watching.